Hello, friends. I hope you are all doing well. This is your interim tools review to get ready for our interim test tomorrow, Tuesday, the 11th, and Wednesday, the 12th. So during this session, we're going to go over the tools that you will see on your interim test. They're really similar to the tools that you see with your TFAR test. So sit back, relax, pull up a chair as Ms. Smith proudly presents our interim tools. But before we do that, this is your warm-up. Imagine you are taking a test and there's a lot of noise around you. Someone is tapping their pencil, a chair is squeaking, a bird is chirping outside the window. How can you stay focused and do your best on the test? Write or draw your ideas. So, at least write one complete sentence explaining how you can do your best. Stay focused, harness the power of your brain, and then you can draw a picture. While you are doing that, let me go over the rest of our warm-up page. It is February 10th, 2025, and I'm your teacher, Ms. Smith. My email is tsmith@lsoa.org, and my number is 682-777-9474. Our class expectations. We're going to L, listen carefully, so that L, everyone can learn. E, enter prepared and stay engaged. A, arrive on time. R, be respectful of your learning and learning of everyone else. And N, never, ever, ever, under any circumstances, give up. We're going to be safe with our learning. That means no sharing outside links or personal information, appropriate with our clothing, conversations, and backgrounds, friendly, helpful, and encouraging at all times. And with our environment, no distracting noises in the chat, conversations in the chat, no distracting noises on the mic, and no distracting images in the background. With that being said, go ahead, pause this recording, finish up your warm-up page, and I'll meet you on the next slide. All right, so what are some tools? Hopefully you had some great ideas. I can't wait to read them, but what are some tools that can help you on the ELA and math interim? So the first one is our old lady eyes like Ms. Smith has, our zoom in and zoom out tool. This tool can change the size of the words and pictures on our screen. So the zoom in and zoom out tool right here. Let me change my pen color. Oops. This zoom in and zoom out tool. The zoom in, the plus sign, the zoom out tool, the minus sign. We can make our words bigger or smaller depending on the size. So to zoom in, just hit the plus sign. Like I said, zoom out, small, the minus sign. Moving on. Next one, the line reader tool. The line reader tool highlights one sentence at a time as you are reading. To move the line reader tool, use your up and down arrow on your computer. To close the line, this resource, hit the line reader button again. So this line reader button, you'll just turn it on, hit that line reader's button. Then to close it, just hit that button again. These tools, the zoom in and zoom out and the line reader button, are on both the ELA and the math test. What are some math tools that can help you? Now remember, our tools are at the top right-hand corner of our interim TFAR and will be at the top right-hand corner of your STAR test. So what are some tools that can help you on your test? Like I said, top right-hand corner, that's what this is telling you. Top right-hand corner. Duh, Ms. Smith. The first one is the ruler tool. Remember, these tools are not a toy. Only use them if you need them. So if you need the ruler tool, use the ruler tool. But if you do not need the ruler tool, do not use the ruler tool. It is not a toy. But if you do need it, click on the tool icon and then click on ruler. And then you can measure what you need to use. Now, Ms. Smith is not allowed to tell you how to measure. Your parents are not allowed to tell you how to measure. ChatGPT is not allowed to tell you how to measure. If you are When you go to take the STAR, they are not allowed to tell you how to measure. You need to know how to do that on your own. Hopefully you're paying attention in your live lessons. We will cover that. But if you need to measure something, it is there for you. Next resource, the reference page. Once again, these are not toys. These are not to play with, but they're there if you need them. So if you need the reference page, if you need to see how many inches are in a foot, how many feet are in a mile or in a yard or something, how many cups are in a pint, click on the reference tool. To close it out, just hit the close or X button. Next one, the notepad. The notepad, if you are needing to take notes or to solve a problem, the notepad is there. Now, I would strongly encourage you to have your own, well, this is my calendar, but have your own math notebook. On the STAR test, they're going to give you, I think, a whiteboard to use. Use that instead. The notepad is not necessarily the most friendliest thing because with the notepad, you have to type it in. So I would strongly encourage you to use, like during your TFARs, during your interim, to use a math notebook. That's the easiest thing for us as kiddos to do it when we're taking our tests at home. But when you go to take the STAR, they are, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a whiteboard. I would use that if I were you. And then moving on, but this is a resource that you can use. If you do use this resource and you want to save your notes, just make sure you hit save and close. The next resource that you can use for math is the graph and draw tool. Now the graph tool, yes, it is there. It does originally show up as a graph paper, but you can turn it into a drawing paper. So like I did 2 + 2. You need to turn the transparency line all the way up to clear, like Miss Smith did, and then you can change your pen color and then write draw. All right. But once again, better to just do it on a sheet of paper or a whiteboard. These are not toys. We're not going to play with them. But if you need it, it is here for you. Are these toys? They are not. I love you though, but we're not going to play with them. ELA tools that you need to use. We've already gone over the line reader. We've already gone over the notepad. The other ELA tool that you would need is the dictionary tool. We have talked about this dictionary tool throughout the year, but we just need to go over it one more time. On an ELA test, if you come to a word you do not know, click on our tools, click dictionary, type in that word. It's going to pull up right down here. It's going to pull up the meaning of the word. You need to remember the meaning of that word is going to be not a kid-friendly, it's not going to be in kid-friendly 3rd grade language. It's going to be like the grown-up language, like the word reluctant. We've heard that word before. Reluctant. Showing doubt. Sorry, old lady eyes. Showing doubt or unwilling. I wonder if we heard that word before. Showing doubt or unwilling. Reluctant. Someone might be reluctant to go inside or reluctant to do something. But then once we have read that word, now we've read the meaning, then we can go back to our passage and apply that meaning to the passage or to the question. But also go back in that passage and find evidence. We know that the author will give us clues if we just go back in the passage and look for evidence. Okay? Once again, this is not a toy. Do not use this as a toy. With that being said, these are the tools that will help you on your interim. Use them wisely, dear friends. I love you all. I will see you for your ELA interim tomorrow. Remember, if you are not a clicky McClickerson, you come in, you take your time during your ELA test. You do not rush. You will be invited to lunch with the teacher tomorrow. Okay? Now, am I saying you have to take the full hour and a half? No, I am not. Some people, you need the full hour and a half. If you need the full hour and a half, totally fine. That's what I am here for. Some of you, you might need just 45 minutes. That is totally cool. Everyone, they need the time that they need. And I'm here for each one of you. But if you come in, you take the time that you need, and you are not a clicky McClickerson, and you do not write IDK on your responses, then you will be invited to lunch with the teacher. It will be the same for math. As you will see, you don't have anything scheduled for Thursday. That is because Thursday is scheduled for makeup days. So you can't come on Tuesday. Well, you know, on Thursday, you have an ELA test already scheduled for you. If you can't come on Wednesday, you know, you have a math test scheduled for you on Thursday. This is a required test. You have to take it. I love you. Hasta to la pasta. Bye.